Hi, we know that many of you have a lot of questions about using an RMC-equipped guitar with the Roland GR-55, so I'm going to show you some tips on how to dial it in and get the best performance from your instrument. I'm using a Godin Multiac to do this example. You want to get to the sensitivity settings, so first thing to do is press Edit, and then scroll over to where it says System. Perhaps you started here on the tone page, so page to the right, just like this, and you get to the System page, and you want to light up this one right here. It says GK Setting. If it isn't there, use your cursor buttons to get to it. Now press Enter. You're probably starting here. So let's look at these settings one by one and see what they do. You see where it says Pickup Type? I've already set it for the proper setting, which is Piezo R, which stands for RMC. Perhaps when you first started out, your GR-55 was set for GK3. You're going to scroll through here. You can go past Piezo. This is generic, or Piezo, depending how you pronounce it. This is a generic setting. Don't use this. I want you to use the one specific to your guitar, which is called Piezo R. The Multiac I have has a scale, I think, of around 657. When you first start out with your GR-55, it's probably going to be set for Stratocaster. It says Strat. Don't use that, but set it for what your guitar is actually set for. You might need to measure it, or if it is a Strat scale or a Les Paul scale, you have settings specific to that. The other parameters don't matter for this particular example, so we're not going to worry about it. We're going to page over to distance, and notice that you have a millimeter setting here from pickup to the bridge. Since we're using bridge pickups, this is irrelevant, so we're going to page past this. The GR-55 knows to ignore this. Sensitivity. This one is really important. The GR-55 needs to know how you play, how hard you're going to play each string. I'm using my fingers, not a pick, so these settings are going to be maybe different from what the factory preset is. So I'm going to show it each string. I'm going to play each string open, one string at a time, to get my level. You notice that I'm pinging the needle, so it's probably a little too high, so I'm going to turn it down a little bit until I get it to just before that. That looks pretty good. Let's go to the next one. That's too hot. Let's take it down a little bit. Maybe to about here. There's no perfect setting for this. This depends on how you play. Everybody's going to be different. So just experiment with it till you get it in the right place. It's probably still a little high. Maybe about here. That looks pretty good. It's okay if you hit it maybe once in a great while, but if it's going there a lot, it's too high. Let's try the D string. I know it's going to be hot. Let's take it down to here. Still hot. Take it down some more. Maybe about here. Still a little hot, maybe a little bit more. Let's look at this one. Not bad. Let's stick with that. Next one, G string. I know that's going to be high. Let's take it down a little bit. Still too high. Go down to maybe here. That looks pretty good. Let's do the next one. Too hot. Take it down to maybe here. Still too high. Take it down some more. That looks okay. And the high E string. Definitely too high there. Let's take it down. Not bad. They're very even, as you can see. Even is good, even though the numbers are different. It doesn't matter as long as you have even output. Let's go to the next page. This one is also critically important. The velocity set of parameters is new stuff. The earlier guitar synthesizers have never had these settings. This is new to the GR-55, and it helps you really dial it in. Velocity dynamics tells the sounds how to reproduce velocity based on how you play. For what we're doing right now, it doesn't matter. That will matter depending on how you want your sounds to work, but on how your guitar works. But the next two, play feel and low velocity cut, are critical. Let's look at play feel. Play feel tells the GR-55 basically how you're playing the instrument. Are you strumming? Are you finger picking? Are you tapping? What are you doing? And the higher the number, the lighter the touch that you're using. The factory preset is 3, but I think for playing with fingers, I'm going to set it to 4. It seems to work better for me. And low velocity cut is a brand new parameter. No guitar synth has ever had this before, but it's a really important one. Many times when you're playing guitar, maybe you miss a string or you touch a string accidentally or you bump the body of the guitar and a note comes out just like you heard it do. Low velocity cut can clip off extraneous notes that are underneath a certain threshold of volume. So you don't have too many extraneous notes, or you can cut them off altogether and keep just the ones you meant to play. The GR-55 doesn't know what you meant, it only knows what it heard you do. So if you can clip off the ones you don't want, it helps a lot. I've found that with RMC pickups, it's good to take this up to maybe 7 or 8 or maybe even 9. I'm going to set it for 8 for now and see how it is. So those are the relevant settings. Let's go back to the sound and see how it works now. It's fast and clean and I don't hear any extra notes. I think we got it. Thanks for checking it out.